Do not let this person see where you live. Wow, you must have nothing better to do. You must have no social life like me. I hope you're having a decent day. If not, that's fine. Take a break from your long day, grab a snack. Just turn off your brain and take a break from thinking. Hi, my name is Jasmine. I specialize in realistic colored pencil drawings, but this is my second channel, Jasmine Baker 2, where I tell you guys some interesting and funny stories and awkward stories that have happened to me. The one I'm going to tell you today, I do remember it pretty clearly, even though I was about 13 years old when it happened. Before I start, I just want to thank you guys for subscribing this far. If you are here, it's probably because you either follow me on Instagram or you're subscribed to my main channel, Jasmine Baker, where I do time-lapse drawings, I teach people how to draw, I give you guys free art advice, that kind of thing. But today I'm putting on a different hat and we're going to talk about some of the things that happened. And I hope you guys like this channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers that ask you to like the video before you watched it, so watch it all the way through, then make your decision and leave a comment if something unusual like this has ever happened to you. You can turn on post notifications. I try to post about every 2 weeks on this channel, as I have a main channel that I post, so I kind of alternate my uploads, so there's always something on either channel that you guys can watch. Today I'm going to talk to you guys and tell you the story of how my quick thinking probably saved my life when I was around 13. And let's just set the scene a little bit. My older brother and I constantly rode our bikes to school. We had been doing that from around 3rd grade on to 7th grade. We were pretty familiar doing that. He would sometimes take off ahead of me, either leaving for school or leaving from school. He would sometimes take off ahead of me because he's impatient, and that's just what he did. Yeah. Sometimes I would end up leaving school later than him. I would sometimes go to the bike rack. I would see that his bike was gone. I knew he'd left without me, which he wasn't really supposed to do. He was told by my parents to not do that, but he was in his own little world, and that's what he did. And yeah, that's what he did. I do remember this one specific day. I had gotten out of school about 10 minutes later. I don't remember if I was working on a project or something, and I had gotten out of school later, or I might have been cleaning out my locker. I really don't remember that part, but I do remember that I got out of school later. And another thing is, when I got to the bike rack, sometimes there was these stupid boys that were sitting on my bike, like making fun of it and like mocking me. And I was a little 12-year-old 13-year-old girl. Of course I'm gonna have a girly bike. They're always saying that I had a girly bike. Well, I'm a girl, so it was a metallic blue bike with white wheels. And I remember the chain on that bike constantly fell off. I was always having to put the chain back on the bike. It was so annoying. I got injured a couple of times because the chain would just like come off and it would just like throw me off my bike. I would skin my knee or something on the pedal. So something always happened with that bike. I hated the chain on that bike. I get my bike, I start riding down the sidewalk in front of the school. I pass the crosswalk. I pass another school. I'm almost halfway home to this point. I think we were about 2 miles away from home. So yeah, it was like bike riding 2 miles each way, and that really develops your leg muscles. So I had some pretty strong leg muscles because I was constantly riding my bike every day. I get to a street that was not far from my street, and I wasn't really going very fast. I wasn't in a rush to go home. I was already late. I was probably at a medium pace on my bike. I do know that most of the time I didn't ride my bike on the sidewalk if I knew that there were people there. I'd ride on the edge of the street, so I was still really close to the sidewalk. At this point, I'm halfway home. I turn onto my street. I start going down the street and I go around this wide turn, and then I get this strange feeling that I'm being watched. I get this weird feeling. I look behind me and there's this small red car that is driving really slowly. The car is going probably 12 miles an hour. I keep riding my bike and I look behind me every 15 seconds or so to see what's going on, and I'm like, is this car following me? Because they were just going so slowly, and it freaks me out when cars go so slowly down the street. Like, I feel like they're either casing a house or watching and following a child. I keep riding my bike. I pull over onto the sidewalk. I stop and look behind me again. I just kept doing it, and this car stops on the side of the street. He parks behind another car. Like, I can't see that. Keep in mind, this car is maybe 70, 75, 80 feet behind me, so they're not super close to me. So there's quite a bit of distance between me and this suspicious car. Also, I need to tell you guys, at this age, I had seen so many episodes of America's Most Wanted, Unsolved Mysteries, the news about missing kids, Dateline to Catch a Predator. My grandma and my mom and I always watched that. My grandma always had those kinds of shows on TV, and I always love watching mystery shows now. It's interesting, and it makes you more aware of your surroundings. But anyways, back to the story again. I know I keep getting off topic, sorry about that. It does kind of factor into this though, because I did learn things. I kind of applied that knowledge a little bit to what happened in this one. Something in my brain was saying, Jasmine, do not go home. Do not let this person see where you live. Do not let this person see you get to your house. That's just what I kept playing over and over in my mind when I saw this car, and I was just thinking, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I mean, I'm in a neighborhood, so I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't know why, but the idea popped into my head to stop in front of one house. And I turned across the street and I start riding my bike in the opposite directions. I'm riding away from home. All that effort I did to get home, I'm more than halfway home, and I start riding the opposite direction to actually confirm that this car is following me, which it was. That's when I knew for sure, do not go home. Because when I turned around, that car turned around. I continued in that direction maybe 20 to 30 seconds. I'm pretty sure there was only one person in the car. I was not gonna get close enough to find out. I just still kept looking behind me on my bike to make sure, like, I was judging the distance between me and this car, because I did not want him to get too close. And I just ended up stopping on the sidewalk again when I was going in the opposite direction, and then I just start riding my bike again. I cross the street again. I start riding my bike like back towards the direction where my house would be. Like, keep in mind, my house is still like 3/4 of a mile away, and so I just kept riding my bike, and then I'm pretty sure I did that at least like 2 more times. I'd turn across the street, like just turn around and make a circle. He didn't turn around the second time, and the third time that I was doing this, he was just sitting there. The car finally drives away, and I just have this sigh of relief, and I'm like, I need to get home. It's so hot outside. I'm scared. I'm so hot outside, and I was tired because I'm pretty sure this was around April, like March, April, May, somewhere in there. And where I live, it gets extremely hot in the afternoon. So I was just trying to get home. I don't think I had any water left. I was dehydrated, and I was scared, and it was very terrifying. I'm not gonna end up like that person on Dateline or that person on Unsolved Mysteries. I need to make it home alive. That was the best way I knew how to handle that situation. It was split-second decision making. I hate when cars drive so slowly down the street. I get so suspicious of them. It just makes me really uncomfortable. 10 to 12 miles an hour is way too slow. It makes me think you're following somebody or watching somebody. Ever since then, I've just been so paranoid about that. It can change how you react to future situations. Let me know in the comments if anything like this has ever happened to you, and subscribe if you like hearing my stories. That's all I have for you guys today. Also, if you like drawing or you want some free 99 art advice, you can check out my main channel, which will be in the description box. I will have the link to that. I also have the link in the description to my Etsy shop, where I sell limited edition prints of my drawings. Once they are gone, they are gone. Unlike every other YouTuber that sells t-shirts, I would much rather have somebody own artwork that you can hang up or give as a gift. That, and I lack the creativity to construct a decent t-shirt design. And turn on the bell notifications so that you'll be notified when I upload my next story time, which will be full of ridiculousness, just like the first one. And I will put a link for the first story time that I did in the description, so you can see that. It was a mess. The teacher was a mess. I hated him. So we talked about messy teachers the first time, and next time we're going to talk about messy students, specifically 3 that I had to deal with in school, middle school and high school. I hated all of them. They hated me, but they hated me first. They started it. Generally, I will upload to this channel 2 Saturdays a month. These story times take so long to edit, plus I have to listen to my voice. On top of that, it's very traumatizing. And on top of that, I actually work a regular day job like an adult so that my dogs and cats can have a better life. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye!